Hello guys, can you hear me? If you can hear me, type yes in the comment section. We will start this live stream very soon. We'll start this live stream very soon. You can just type yes in the comment section if you can hear me. Also type in the pair that you want for analysis. We'll wait for like we'll start this analysis and live stream in about 5 to 10 minutes. But while we're waiting, you can ask questions about swing trades. You can ask questions about scalping. You can ask questions about the pair that you want to get free analysis or signal from. And we'll be right back. All right, in 5 to 10 minutes we'll start with the pairs. Right now we have 12 people on the live stream. Let's wait till we have at least 50 people, 50 to 60 people on the live stream, then we can begin. Hello Traders Kingdom, hello Xavier La Hera, hello Solomon, hello Gail, Tim Bana, hello Crypto and FX Capital, hello Slowed and Riverbed. Someone says AD cards, GBP JPY, long-term analysis. Just keep on putting your pair in the comment section. Once we have at least 50 to 60 people on the live stream, then we can begin. I see we have over 70 people on the live stream. So let me see some comments that were made. So far we have GBP JPY on the list. We have gold on the list. If you have any other pair you want analysis on, put that in the comment section. Someone asked what strategy do I mainly use. I simply just trade the charts. I don't use any indicators. I don't use support and resistance. I scalp and I swing and I hedge my trades out. Okay. Before we get into the analysis, let me just tell you my plans so far. I made some withdrawals and I'm on the accounts that I was trading. I'm sure, as you can see, the account that was live streaming before, floating in over 50k profit. I made some withdrawals. I'll upload that on my YouTube story very soon. And I'm moving brokers. Okay, I'm moving to a different broker, which is giving me a better option. Okay, especially for my money and scalping. Okay, because the spreads on my previous broker, you know, I'm sure if you watch some of my scalping videos, sometimes I would be about to hit take profits and then I would have some issues. So I wanted something with a tighter spread. So I'm moving to this broker. I've done some tests. It's Morgan Markets. I've done some tests with scalping. I've done some tests with swing trading. And this week I'm going to deposit some amount. I'm going to start a new scalping challenge with $250. I remember my old scalping challenge, I started with $2,500. So I'm going to be starting with $250, and you can possibly be able to join me in the scalp, which is why I'm starting a free signal group. I opened a Telegram group. In my Telegram group I said people should vote. Okay, if I get at least 300 votes, you guys will join me and you can copy free signals. So far we have 251 votes and the voting ends today, guys. So go to the Telegram group or go to the YouTube community group and vote. Okay, when one of them has at least 300 votes before the end of today, then I'll give the free signals. If we don't get 300 votes before the end of the day, I won't be giving free signals. And I was voting that I was asking how many months should I do free signals for. I put 1 month, 2 months and 3 months. So far it seems like if we get 300 votes, I can do signals for you guys, swing trades, scalping for 3 months straight. All you guys have to do is vote. I'm not asking you to pay for signals. I'm not asking you to pay for anything. Simply vote. If you cannot make up to 300 votes to get free signals for 3 months, then that's on you, right? You know, what else can I do? Anyway, I'm going to be doing my $250 challenge on Morgan Markets. I'm going to try to grow it to at least 20,000. Okay, you can also open an account here, a live account or a demo account, but if you want to copy my trades, I would advise you to open a live account and deposits like the same amount as I am, maybe 150 or 250, so that you can mirror my trades. And yeah, this is the major reason why I changed the broker. Okay, because then I can have better spreads for scalping, right? This is exactly what you want when you want to scalp. You want zero spread, so that when you because when you're scalping, you're taking small profits, right? And you don't want your profits to not be taken or hit take profits because of 0.1 pips or 0.2 pips. I don't like it. It happens to me a lot. All right, so they have crypto deposits, which all of us are using crypto now, and mostly ECN accounts. Okay, and that is exactly what I want, ECN account. I'm going to have a custom ECN account with about 30k, okay, so that I'll still be trading my large accounts, but I'll also have a small account for $250 where I'll be taking challenges. I love taking these scalping challenges because I can go full on. I can go with as much risk as possible. I can make so much more profits in 1 month. Sometimes when I scalp, I make 100%, 200%. I even have students who have 400% profit. Okay, if you go to my Telegram group, you'll see students with 400% profit, and they verified it on my FX book. The video is there. Okay, just check my Telegram group and look at the videos, all using my system. All right, and it's on MT4. I don't know why some people like MT5, but I always prefer MT4. It's very easy to use, very easy to understand, and it works very well with my software. All right, so far you can, if you want to join the broker, let me just put the link in the description. You because someone just messaged me. How do they join? 1 minute. Boom, boom, boom. Ah, yeah, here we go. All right, so far on the list of pairs we are looking at today, I just dropped the link. If you want to join the broker, I just dropped the link there. Now let's focus on the first pair, which is gold. A lot of people are not asking for pairs today. Maybe you just want me to do as I please, or you just prefer to just look at only gold today. We might look at gold. We will look at the analysis. We will look at where it's going to go. We will look at where we can look ahead for it, if we can make some profits. I'm looking at the profit potential. Someone also said GBP USD, so we have gold, GBP USD, and GBP JPY on the list. Let's start off with gold. All right, can you hear me clearly? Is the music louder than my voice, or is it okay? Let me know if you can. Type yes if you can hear me clearly in the comment section. All right, so obviously when I'm looking at this analysis, I usually look at my software. Okay, I put my software on my PC, on my MT4. My software within 1 second does all the analysis. My bias for gold is long. I remember weeks ago I was telling you guys that gold was a buy. We had some issues around here, around the price of 1980. It finally was able to break it and go to the target of 20,000. Sorry, 2020. Okay, I've been calling 2020 weeks, even months ago, that this is where it's going to go to. Now I see an entry for gold, okay, to go all the way to at least 2055. If you want to enter on this trade, it's very low risk. You are risking about, if you want to enter from now, you are risking about 50 pips. What is the profit potential? Over 320 pips, okay, for gold, right? So this is the analysis I'm looking at right now. Now, where might we have issues when we're looking at, okay, around here, okay? If gold does not have enough strength to stay above 2020, right, we might start to see gold drop, okay, and it can drop all the way down to 1990, okay, all the way down here, okay. Okay, but right now it's looking bullish, even though we've had 2 bearish candles here. We just need it, and some wicks here. We just need it to have enough strength to break through and hold above this point, and then we can have about a 4-to-1 ratio trade. Okay, so we have a buy on gold in this area, right? And this is our final take profit point. Okay, the trade is 4-to-1 ratio trade. Okay, let me see. Trade profit to loss ratio. That's 4-to-1. Okay, so let's get all this information down. Okay, be wary of break below 2020, which means bearish push. Okay, so let's put that here. Bias is long. Okay. Yeah. Someone said US oil. Someone said there's news after 2 hours 45 minutes as well. Yeah, I understand. This week there's a lot of high news, right? Which is very bad. Usually I don't like trading when there's news period, but when you have a 4-to-1 ratio trade, you might as well risk it. You have a profit potential of over 300 pips, right? Now, the best thing to do is to look at it as a way to take advantage of the market, right? You don't have to go with your full lot size. Look at your risk, know how much you are risking in the market, compare that with how much you want to risk in the market. Don't go, we all know there's news, so don't go with your full risk, or go with a little risk, right? Know how much you are risking in the market, know how much you are ready to risk on this trade. Everything looks fine technically speaking, right? The only thing that can really influence it to go the other way is news, because what is the purpose of news? News is there to create confusion in the market. Okay, the markets cannot do anything in news, anything to manipulate really, without news. The only time that the markets can really do manipulation is during news period. Okay, so you have to be very cautious of that. Technically speaking, the trade looks great, everything looks great. You have good risk to reward ratio, good profit potential, good trade setup, small risk. The only thing that can give it issues right now is news. That's why we are seeing this consolidation right here, right? Because news is trying to decide how they are going to mess up traders. If too many people are taking buys, what is news going to do? News is going to spike down. After spiking down, they need to go long, right? Because the market is not going to allow you to keep on winning for too long. Look at what happened here yesterday. A lot of the market went straight up. It didn't give anyone a good chance to enter and take a buy. Well, it did, but I wasn't really paying attention to gold. If I was paying attention to gold, I would have added an extra buy, right? But what the market knows is that now that it had a bullish push, everybody will want to buy, right? So the most logical thing for the market to do is take advantage of the news that is going to come out, spike all the way down, right? Make sure that it makes people think it's selling, and then it will continue to go long. So that is just the most likely thing that is going to happen during news. Now, let's say that doesn't happen, because news is basically fundamental, right? And the way I trade, I focus on technicals first. Let's say that doesn't happen, right? Then we would have lost out on the opportunity on taking profits in this trade, which is a good setup. Okay, so a good trade, but you have to focus on the issue that this is non-farm payrolls week, NFP week, right? And there's news, high news that is going to happen in less than 3 hours. Understand the risk when you are getting into a trade. Someone says, why would it drop to 19,090 and not 2,000? Well, for me to explain that to you, then I have to reveal some secrets, and you're probably not a student. I don't think you're a student. Also, if you had the software will also show you this. Okay, the software does the analysis exactly the same way I do my analysis. There's a reason why it's going to drop to 19,090. I cannot say it on this live stream, but based on my analysis, that's where I see it dropping all the way to. Okay, the market does not have to make sense. The market just has to follow certain rules. Okay, those rules is what allows you to be able to trade it, because you have to remember you're trading the currency of a country. Okay, they can't just do whatever they want just because some people are trading it. So they have to be restricted to certain rules. Okay, So those rules is what I teach my students. Once you understand the market rules, you know that okay, the markets cannot function without these rules. The market can't just do whatever it wants. It's restricted to these rules. The same way, if you have a $500 account, you have 1 to 500 ratio, 1 to 500 leverage. You also are limited to certain rules. The market too is also limited to rules which allows you to trade. They are not just going to go 2,000 pips on Monday, 80 pips on Tuesday, 300 pips on Wednesday, 1,000 pips on Thursday. They will destroy the world's economy. Okay, so they are restricted to their own rules too. All right. Boom. So it's just a game of patience. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with what do you call it? With the news, and let's see how it plays out. I really don't usually like trading during NFP week and the week where NFP is pushed back from, because NFP was supposed to be last week, right? Because NFP is usually the last Friday of the month. The last day of the month wasn't on a Friday. The last Friday of last month ended up being in this month, so they pushed it to the next week. I really don't like when they do that. You usually have 2 weeks of them manipulating instead of one. Now let's move on to GBP USD. My bias on GBP USD is also long, right? But remember, there is news. Okay, I really don't like when there's news, because if there was no news, the market would be moving smoothly. You can see what is happening with GBP USD. We're having some kind of consolidation that is going on here. Why? Because there's news that is about to happen. If not, the market would have been going up continuously as it should. Okay, so now let me just clean up the charts a bit. One more. All right. I would like to see, you know, okay, GBP USD is kind of complicated right now, right? Because right now is focusing on going bearish, right? And it can go bearish all the way down to 1.239, right? It can go bearish all the way down to 1.239, or let's just say this zone. Let's just say this one, right? But there's still a possibility to take buys above this zone, right? If you can see GBP USD breaking this zone, this let's just put it at 1.2515 zone, right? You can begin to take buys, right? And when you begin to take buys, I would advise to put the exits at the low of the day, right? Or the low of today on GBP USD. The low of today. If it breaks this high, you can set your exit at the low of today, okay? And you can set your target at around 1.26, okay? At around 1.26. Once it reaches there, you might begin to see a consolidation or some kind of pullback. There isn't much movement that is going to happen to GBP USD this week much. I just go all the way here, hit this place, and then consolidate like it's doing here. I don't expect much action from GBP. Okay. GBP JPY. GBP JPY. I think we'll settle and focus more on gold during this live stream. GBP JPY is looking kind of bearish right now, but as you can see, there's some kind of consolidation going on here. Okay, some kind of consolidation, and I usually don't like when this happens. Okay, right now it's looking kind of bearish. Might drop all the way down to 162.75 here. Might drop all the way down to 1 point, but if it's able to break around 164 let's see, 164.75, around this zone, or let's just say the high of the day, 164.7. If it can break the high of the day, we can see it go all the way to 165.5, and then long term all the way to 168, right? 165.75. $165.5, and then long term we can see it go all the way to 168. Okay, so the best kind of trade to take for GBPJPY would be a swing trade, right? If you are going to take a swing trade, that means you should be prepared to hold GBPJPY for a long period of time, targeting all the way to 168 and setting your stop at the low of today. Okay, let's just say 163.65. That way you have a 3-to-1 ratio. Okay, you have 100 pip exit, you have 325 pip target. Now most of you probably use a stop loss, right? Not me, not my students. We hedge our trades out. So when a trade goes bad, we're really not worried, because what's the worst thing that could happen? The worst thing that could happen is we lose maybe swaps, but at the end of the day we close in break even. I hedge out my trades. I have multiple videos of me hedging out my trades. I have multiple videos of me hedging with students, both in person, both online, both my accounts, both my students' accounts, both accounts from people that are not even my students. Okay, I have multiple videos of that. I have videos of people that had accounts up to 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, were in 80% drawdown, 90% drawdown. With hedging, they were able to gain all of their funds or most of their funds back. It is better than taking a stop loss and losing all your funds. You have never heard of a hedge fund saying, I use the stop loss. You have never heard of banks saying, I use a stop loss. If a hedge fund is trading $1 billion, they are sure not going to take 100,000 stop loss. They are sure not going to take 200,000 stop loss. They are sure not going to take 300,000 stop loss. Every fund hedges. Okay, so for retail traders to still be playing the baby method, to still be using the easy method, to not want to crack their brains, to not want to do it the right way and keep failing and keep using stop loss, you have $100, you make $20 profits, boom. You use a stop loss, you lose $10, you are back to 110. You lose another trade, you are back down to $90. You win one trade, you are back to $100. You lose another trade, you are down to $60. Is this how you grow accounts? Is this how you compound an account? But if you were hedging, you have $100, you win one trade, you have $120. You lose a trade, you still have $120. You lose another trade, you still have $120. You win another trade, now you have $150. Let's say you are hedging and you lose 3 trades in a row, you still have your $150. So, are you not compounding that way? Are you not growing your accounts that way? This is the way I trade. This is the way I've been trading since. This is why I've been showing you guys accounts long term. I've shown you my FX book. I've given you the login to my account. I've done everything. I've live streamed. I've scalped. I've done everything. But all the people who are using stop loss, most of them cannot show me their accounts for 2 weeks. If banks who are trading hundreds of million, 500 million, $1 billion are hedging, why are people who are trading $100, $200, $500 using stop loss? So it's all about common sense. If you refuse to use it because you do not control the market. The market is based on the economy of a country. Okay? Even if you do everything right, even if you do all your analysis right, if the country decides that the value of that currency is not as what you expect it to be, then it goes the other way. You do not control the market. You do not take your trade and expect the market to react to you. This is the mistake so many people make. This is why I always tell people, hedge. Even if you cannot get my course, even if you don't know how to, and I'm not talking about martingale. Martingale system is a lazy method. Martingale student, if you are using martingale, you are not really smart. Sorry to say, you are not really smart. Because martingale system is just gambling, guessing. Yes, you know that you're supposed to buy somewhere or sell somewhere, but where are you supposed to buy? Where are you supposed to sell? Do you know that? No. What lot size are you supposed to use to buy? What lot size are you supposed to use to sell for your hedge? Do you know that? No. So it's just a lazy method. If you can't get my course, practice yourself. That is the only way you can grow your account. That is the only way you can compound. If not, you are just wasting your time, no matter what system you are using. I had $3,000. I was able to turn it to 11,000. While using a stop loss, I lost 2,000. Okay? At the end of the day, I still ended up with 200% profit, but that made me realize that I need to have an exit strategy that doesn't require me losing funds. And that's why I focused on hedging. That's why when I look at all these trades, I'm not scared. I take the best trade to me. And if it goes bad, I hedge. Plain and simple. So you have GBPJ, and even in my live streams, I've hedged live for you guys in my live streams while live streaming. So yeah, you've seen it with your own eyes. But anyways, let's focus on this. So this is what I expect from GBPJPY. If you see, we're looking at the high of the day and the low of today. Okay, we're looking at the high of today and the low of today. Let me make this a bit clearer. Boom. Okay, so we need a break of the high of today on GBPJPY, and then you can set your exits at the low of today. Plain and simple. Let's go back to, did anyone add any other pair? Someone says NZD-USD. Okay, NZD-USD. Let's look at NZ. I don't do oil. Sorry about that. I don't do oil. And this is a free live stream, you know. I don't know if I'll do it. Just wait and see. Let's focus on NZD-USD first. Boom, boom, boom. Where are we? Let's look at NZD-USD. Alright, so let me just clean up the charts. The person who asked for NZD-USD, are you still here? Type yes in the comment section if you are still here. Okay, and if you want if any other person wants any other pair, type that in the comment section. If not, we'll go back to gold after this NZD-USD. Okay, and we'll focus on that for today. Okay, this is going to be a very long live stream today. We're going to be here for the next 2 to almost 3 hours. Okay, so I'm going to be here on this free live stream. This is going to be the longest free live stream we're going to have. We're going to try to sit down and watch things play out. You can come in and go out and come back and ask questions at any time. Someone also added AUD-USD, so let me just put that on the list. After NZD-USD, we'll have AUD-USD, and then we'll go back and focus on gold. Okay, you're welcome, King Kong. Or is it Zing Kong? Yeah, we've done gold already. We will come back to gold. All right, and then we'll come back to gold, and then we'll continue talking about it. So if you missed gold, just wait. We'll come back to gold after we're done with NZD, AUD, and AUD-USD. Someone says, yes, I have seen your old videos, how you saved your students' accounts in $1,000 drawdown and you hedge and make profits in few hours. Yes, okay, you can even see videos of people, different people from all over the world. I've even met my students in person. We've taken live trades in person. We've taken live hedges in person. We've done analysis. They've gotten the software. So it's not just online. You see this in person. You see me scalping. You see me swing trading. You also do it yourself. Someone says, what software do you use for scalping? It's the same software I use for swing trading. It's the same software I use for hedging. All you have to do is get the course, and the software comes free with the course. But if you only want the software, just send me a message on WhatsApp or Telegram, and you let me know that it's just the software you want. Okay, you can list the software alone without getting the course. Okay. Okay, so let's get back into it. Let's focus on NZD/USD. So guys, you know how I do it. I'm just going to go to my MT4. I'm going to bring the software to TradingView very soon. Before the end of April, right? I'm going to bring the software to TradingView. So if you want to get it early, if you want to be one of the first few who are going to get it early, you can pay early, and once it's ready for TradingView, you gain access to it. Okay. Because I do most of my live streams analysis on TradingView, so yeah, I have to get it on TradingView so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. So yes, we have NZD/USD, then AUD/USD. So now let me just put it on my MT4 so that I can get a quick analysis. Right now, there's a very, very good opportunity for a buy on NZD/USD, right? A very, very good opportunity. We have 0.63. Okay, 0.63. Let's just see around the lows here. Okay, so there's a buy opportunity for NZD/USD. Low risk, very, very low risk. We can set a target at 0.638, right? 0.638, or actually 0.64, right? And you can set your exit at 0.6295. Okay, this trade is about 5-to-1 ratio. Okay, almost 6-to-1 ratio. You are risking about 16 pips. So for those guys who don't want to risk much, you are risking 16 pips to gain almost 90 pips. Very good risk to reward ratio trade. I'm bullish right now. However, just 1 minute. However, if it breaks the lows, yeah, I'm expecting bearish movement, but I don't think it's gonna break the low. This is a very, very good trade, very low risk trade. 5.5-to-1 ratio, risking 16 pips to gain 90 pips. Guys, this is beautiful. I don't know who requested NZD/USD, but yeah, very, very nice trade. Very, very, very nice trade. All right, low risk trade and very nice. Someone said EURUSD. All right, we'll talk about EURUSD after AUD/USD. Okay, and then we'll go to gold. All right, I want to make sure we're done with the currency pairs, and then we'll go back to gold. Someone said, I've been saving up for your course and some capital. Okay, someone says, can we also catch the same monster moves you catch in your signal rooms? Yes. Okay, if you have the software, you can also catch it yourself. You won't have to wait for me. Someone says, I trade mainly S&P futures. Can you look at US 30 or US 100? No, sorry, I'm not gonna do that. Most of you guys who are trading US 30 don't even know what you're trading. You saw some guy on Instagram trading it and you decided to trade it also. Most of you guys don't even know what US 30 is. It's a combination of about 30 stocks, but you guys don't know that. You are just copying what other people are doing and you don't even know why. Someone says, where can we get the software? You can go to, if you want to buy the course, you can go to NLFX and crypto.com. When you get the course, the software comes free with the course. During the course, we will take live trades, live scalp trades, live swing trades, live hedging trades, and I'll teach you step by step while we're doing all these things. If you want to see an example of what a live course looks like, you can go to the main page. I have examples of live trading session online. I have examples of live trading sessions in person. There are examples of the software where you can see the software at work the most. Go to my last scalping challenge, which is when I started scalping a 2,500 account. I've grown it up to over 20,000. I showed almost every single trade in that playlist. You can see the software in action there, helping me with scalp trades. Some of my swing trades that I also live stream, you can see the software helping me there. If you don't want to get the course, you just want to get only the software, you can just send me a message on WhatsApp and Telegram. Okay, So now let's look at AUD USD, which is next on our list. We're done with NZD USD. Very low risk. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Where are we? AUD USD. Where's AUD USD? Yeah. So just low risk trade on NZD USD. Where is AUD USD? Just 1 minute. Let me focus on. Yeah, let me focus on putting AUD USD on my software. Yeah, AUD USD is looking bearish right now. Okay, it's looking bearish right now. It's possible to take a risky buy. You know, this is just a gamble. If you're gonna take this trade, it's just gonna be a gamble, right? I'm not telling you guys to take this trade. It's just a gamble. It's possible to take a buy on AUD USD now, all the way long up to 0.68. Where would you set your exit? I would set it at 0.6675. Okay, very possible to take this trade. The risk reward ratio is 14:1. Okay, it's a gamble. It's a gamble. I'm not advising you to do this. If you want to do this, just it's 8 pip risk. Okay, it's a gamble. Maybe use 0.01 or 0.05 or 0.1. I'm not saying you should use a large lot size. Just this is just a gamble. But right now I don't see any trade on AUD USD. Okay, I don't really see any viable trade on AUD USD as of now. If you want to take a gamble, there's a 14:1 ratio gamble that you can take. Even if it goes all the way up to, let's say, even if you make about 50 pips profit, 30 pips profit from this gamble trade, it's still something, right? So it's just a gamble. I don't see anything serious on AUD USD for now. I don't expect it to continue to go short. Okay. Someone says, how much does the software alone cost? It costs about $550 for 1 year lease. Okay. So yeah, let's focus on next. Which one was the last one? Euro USD, and then we should go back to gold. Okay. Now let me put my software on what do you call it, Euro USD, and let's see what's going on there. Euro USD, baby. Can you guys still hear me? Can you put a yes in the comment section if you guys can still hear me? Hello J Trade. Hello the King Banks. Hello Daphnis. Hello Rich Guy. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Type yes in the comment section if you can still hear me. Okay, you guys can still hear me. All right. Hello Gabriel Garcilan. Hello. Okay. What's next on our list? We have Euro USD, and then after Euro USD, let's get back to gold. All right. Boom. Someone says it's so nice of me to do the live stream. Yeah, but when I'm telling people make a vote, at least 300 votes, so I can be doing free analysis, free live streams, free signals every week, almost every day like this for at least 3 months. You guys refuse to vote, right? People refuse to vote. Just 300 votes is what I'm asking for. We have 252 votes so far. I'm asking for 300 votes, and I'll continue to do this almost every day free for you guys for the next 1 to 3 months. But you know, if we don't have enough votes, share this with people. Get your friends to join the group. Just share the link of the group. Get your friends to join. Get your friends to vote. free signals. I'm not even telling you to pay me. Anyway, but if you can't vote, well, then I won't be able to do it. And voting ends today, so get your friends, send it to people, let them vote. All right, let's focus. Where were we? Euro USD, baby. Yeah, Euro USD. Yeah, we're seeing some kind of consolidation. Here I had a trade, but the trade didn't get triggered. Went all the way down. Same kind of issue is the same kind of issue we're seeing here. And what I always say, just like I said here in my last live stream, if it doesn't break this, expect it to go all the way down. Same thing here. If it doesn't break this, expect it to go all the way down. Same thing I said with GBP USD. So now let's see how this is going to play out with Euro USD. With Euro USD, I need a break of, okay, it's even marked here, 1.0975. all right, if we have a break of 1.0975, start buying. Okay, start buying, and you would set your exit at the low of today. Okay, whatever the low of today is at the break of that high, set your exit at the low of today. Okay, if it's 0.994, set it at the low at 0.94. Now, where are you gonna target? The first target is gonna be 1.099. The second target is gonna be first target is gonna be 1.099, which is not a lot, or you can just set it at 1.1. Yeah, Euro USD is not really looking that good in terms of risk to reward ratio. You're not really getting a lot, even if we set our target as 1.105, which is like a long-term target. Which is a long-term target. It's not really still, it's just barely 2-to-1 ratio. Is it a good trade to take? Right now I'm bullish. I'm bullish so far on Euro USD, right? Even if it's going to go short, I would want it to, I'm bullish right now. I'm bullish right now on Euro USD. My only issue is that it doesn't have, if you enter this trade, it doesn't have a good profit potential. I don't consider 2-to-1 ratio trades as good. I don't really consider them as that great. It's not that good. Wouldn't encourage it. I'm bullish. I have a target of 1.105, first target of 1.1, and if you look at the first target, it's not even 1-to-1 ratio. So maybe if you already bought previously, yeah, I would advise you to continue holding. But if you are taking it as a new trade, is this really worth it? It's not really worth it. So we're done with all this currency pairs so far. Someone says, do I teach psychology? I teach psychology because when you're doing psychology, it's long term. What does that mean? You have to be going through stages. That is why the psychology I teach, it is best taught from the 1-week course and above. Okay, it is not something I can teach in one day. It is something I teach over a period of days. Once I show you what the market does on Monday, we look at it, we take some analysis, we might take some trades. Over the week, I will be able to show you how the market is moving through days, through periods. Okay, so that you understand the psychology and the way the market moves and how you should react to the market. We will be reacting to the market, so we will be seeing how the market is moving over days with your trade, with your analysis. That is the best way to teach psychology. If you get the 1-day course, we may not have events that, because I teach live. Okay, I don't do paper trading. I teach live analysis, live trades, live scalps, live swings, live hedging. So if we don't get an opportunity in the market at that moment to teach psychology, then that is gone. If you want to make sure that you learn psychology, get the minimum of the 1-week course. Okay, then we'll have enough days to cover that, because it's not something you can just do in one day. Okay, someone says I voted for all of them, but at the end of the day, we have to get minimum 300 votes. Okay, We have to get minimum 300 votes for me to. If I'm going to be giving free signals for 3 months, you give me at least 300 votes, at least. I'm not asking for anything. But if maybe I'll ask you to have at least a live account. If you can't give me 300 votes, at least have a live account that is funded, right? Let me not feel like I'm wasting my time. I just don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm not really benefiting anything from it. So at least show interest, do something, like my videos, make sure that all the notification bells are on. So even if I do it, you don't miss out on anything. Make sure all the notifications and bells are on. Click the notification bell and put all notification bells. Like the current video, I'm live streaming, I'm doing analysis for free. Right? The least you can do is just like. Let's go back to gold. Today we're gonna sit down on gold. We're gonna watch it play out. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at it with news and see how everything plays out. Okay, so the person who was asking about gold, are you still here? If you're still here, let me know so that I can re-explain. But if you want me to re-explain, just type re-explain in the comment section, because I know most of the people who were here before, they already understand what is going on with gold. If you just joined the live stream, if you want me to re-explain, just type re-explain in the comment section and I'll re-explain. If not, let's just watch this gold trade and let's see it play out. And we can also, okay, someone says re-explain. Okay, 1 minute. We're bullish on gold, right? We are entering around the 20,020 let's just say almost 20,025 area. Our main target is 2055, which is 2055. The take profit to loss ratio is 4-to-1 ratio, so it's a 4-to-1 ratio trade. Okay, so we're risking about 70 pips to make over 300 pips. And the area that we're looking at that is risky is once we start seeing 2020. All right, if the market is not strong enough to stay above 2020, then we can expect it to break all the way down and push down, because we are seeing some kind of consolidation that is happening here, right? And an example of that I give is with Euro USD. When we had this right here, this is what we are seeing with Euro USD, this is what we are seeing with gold. If it cannot continue to break this high, if it cannot continue to, the price cannot continue to stabilize above this point, we might see it drop all the way down, right? This is what I'm saying with gold. We've seen an example happen with Euro USD. I made a live stream on this and exactly what will happen. So what we need with gold is we need for it to continue to stay above 2020, and then that gives us a very good opportunity to make a lot of money and a lot of profits on it going to 2055. I am bullish. Okay, so that is where we are on the gold trade. Okay, someone says hi, if you go long and it reverses, please say how to hedge gold. If you want to learn how to hedge, you have to go to nlfxandcrypto.com and get the course. Okay, I teach my students how to do that. I'm not gonna go on YouTube and start doing that publicly, because the way I do it is different. It's not anywhere on YouTube. Or you can also get the software. If you don't want to get the course, you can get the software. The software shows you where to hedge, when to hedge also, and you also learn how to use the lot sizes, what lot sizes to use. Okay, so where were we? Let's watch some, so let's watch some TikTok videos for now. Let's see what is going on in the world and we'll make some comments on it. All right, some TikTok videos for now. Let's see what is going on in the world and we'll make some comments on it. All right. One minute, guys. I just want to reply a message. One minute, guys. I just want to reply a message. All right, so let's look at some TikTok videos. I tend to learn a lot of things from these TikTok videos, right? Because most of this mainstream media, they tend to, how do I put it? They tend to not put out the right narrative. Okay, most of the time you don't hear the real news. For example, if you're looking at why the dollar is being weak right now, right, it's because of these bricks, right? And you're not gonna see much on it in mainstream news media. You're not gonna see much of it in YouTube. You're not gonna see much of it anywhere else except for TikTok. That is why they wanted to ban TikTok in the US. So let's watch some videos and see if we can learn something from it. Okay,
Are you
we're just
racist?
gonna scroll through some videos. Most of them is gonna be about finance, dollar, something. Okay, let's just.
I just want to ask you.
I am not. I don't have a racist bone in my body.
My dog, what's up?
So this video is about Donald Trump. It's just an interview.
Dese ki senin mi canını alayım sevgilinin mi?
Why are they showing me? I'm looking for finance videos. Let's see. Okay. Why are they not showing me videos that
So, are you racist? I just want to ask you.
I am not. I don't have a racist bone in my body.
because I am looking for, let me see.
Did you
You studied your history and you did not take over this country.
You want a feminine man? You want a dude that's gonna wear heels on Saturdays?
But you don't have to be feminine.
No, I'm asking you. Do you want a guy that wears heels on Saturdays?
You don't have to be feminine.
Answer the question. Do you want a man that wears heels on Saturdays?
No, you're not answering mine.
Whose podcast are we on? All right. So.
Okay, let me see, because I have to make it fit properly. Someone says, hello, I'm from Malaysia. I want to buy your service, but I have language barrier. Do you have a solution? You are speaking English to me right now. What is the language barrier? Is it that you don't understand English, or what exactly is the language barrier? Someone says, if I get the course, for how long will I have access to the software? There is no time limit on the software if you get the course. I hope that answers your question. I'm trying to fix this because the videos...
This is the realest shit you will probably hear today. Many people waste their lives by getting super motivated at the beginning of the year, chasing their goals for a couple of months, and then getting demotivated as soon as an obstacle appears. They slow down.
So, this is a video about discipline, and I'm sure most of you guys have gone through this. You start your year, you have your goals and your targets for trading. Everything looks fine when you backtest, and by the time you go live, you start hitting obstacles, right? This is because most of the systems you are using are gambling. The worst trading system is support and resistance. I keep on saying this over and over and over again. The worst trading system is support and resistance, because everyone never has the same support and resistance zone. Everyone is just gambling. Everyone is just guessing. You put two, you teach, if one person teaches two people support and resistance and tells them to draw it, those two people will draw it in different places. So that means everyone is just gambling. Let me see. Trading euro. Boom, boom, boom. I'm trying to get the proper videos. Okay.
Wait.
Looking for James. He's got it.
I don't know why they're showing me all these dumb videos. All right.
Yet another country has just announced that they're ditching the US dollar for trade. And here's why this impacts everyone. For almost 80 years now, America has enjoyed the power that's come with being the world's reserve currency. Not only that, but because most of the world's commodity trade is denominated in US dollar, it's given the US huge global economic power. To put it bluntly, if another country doesn't see eye to eye with the US, they have the power to unilaterally hit a country with sanctions, causing huge damage as far as throwing their economy into a recession. Look at this chart for
So basically, what is happening with the dollar, and which is why I've been bullish on gold for a very long time. Someone asks, can you turn it down some? I turned it down, but now you sound low. Okay, but when I'm playing the videos, I won't talk. When I want to talk, I will pause the video. Is that okay, or do you still want me to turn down the volume of the videos that we're watching? Let me know in the comment section. Let's look at what is happening with gold. Another hour started, and it's still consolidating. We need it to continue to break this highs and continue to push forward. All right, so we're gonna sit down here and watch it all through. Yeah, so what usually happens is, obviously, almost everyone has nuclear weapons, right? So America cannot just go in to most of these countries, because usually when they had competition, what would they do? They will go in, blow up the place, destabilize it, and take control of the country, right? If they say that they're going there to install democracy and they're oppressing the people, but America does business with people who are even far worse, right? People that they don't go with the same ideology. They do business with so many Arab countries that, do the same things that they say they are fighting. So basically, the Ukraine war opened a lot of people's eyes to sanctions. You can't keep on sanctioning everybody, making everybody poor, making everybody, because you don't like what they are doing or what they are saying. For example, some people don't want the LGBTQ, and they have the decision to do that. You don't see other people putting their ideologies in America. So why is America forcing their, and if you don't accept the ideology, they put sanctions on you, right? And this makes a lot of people suffer. You can't keep on making people suffer. They are going to fight back. The Ukraine war opened their eyes. So there's something called the BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They are creating one currency where they can continue to trade, because most of these transactions are done on the SWIFT network. I'm sure some of you, when you wanted to do transaction, you did it on the SWIFT network. You had some kind of SWIFT code that you needed. And I think over 90% of the transactions were done in USD with the SWIFT, right? So with this BRICS, we will see that being reduced. So if US cannot just attack any country for no logical reason with economic sanction, right? Which leaves US with the only option they have, which is war, right? So US is being pushed to a corner, but most of their wars are not really justified. It's basically mostly just bullying and wanting to steal resources, which means that in the long run, the dollar is going to get devalued, because less and less people are going to use it. In Kenya, they told people to stop using the dollar, right? The reason, and the dollar is not really backed by anything. Everybody owes money in dollars, right? And how will US pay its own debts? US is just going to print money because they own the dollars. Other countries cannot print money, right? And when the other countries owe money, they have interest, right? And with the interest, that means they have to pay more money in their own currency, because they have to buy dollars to pay back their loan, right? So it's not fair for all these other countries. So that's why they got together and they're making this BRICS move. With time, you will begin to see the dollar lose its value little by little. And the US printed more money than has ever been in circulation during COVID period, which will cause inflation. Okay, so who knows? Maybe in the next few years, even the Australian dollar is going to be worth more than the US dollar. Okay, or the Canadian dollar may be worth more than the US dollar. We don't know. We'll see what happens.
For example, in 2011, the US placed sanctions on Iran's oil industry, which massively dropped their exports for years. Sanctions were then lifted in 2015 and exports exploded, doing wonders for their economy, only to have them reinstated again in 2019, sending them crashing to new lows. And because the world...
So basically, as you can see with that chart, how is an economy supposed to grow if the US is just like you have a dam, right? And you need that dam to be able to produce electricity. Every time they close the dam, you don't have electricity. They open the dam, you have electricity, and you need electricity to work. So you can't work because anytime you piss them off a little bit, they remove your electricity. It's not fair for anyone. It's not fair. Nobody will be able to develop. And that has been their strategy since, in order not to go into the country and just blow them up. Right? Look at it. If they do it on everyone.
Crashing to new lows. And because the world heavily relies on the US dollar, not many countries want to get on America's bad side and follow Iran. However, here's where things get interesting. Because Russia and China are now leading a growing amount of countries that desperately want an alternative. China and Brazil announced today that they'll be ditching the dollar and now will be trading in their own currencies. Russia recently agreed to use yuan as their main reserve currency. Longtime arch rivals Saudi Arabia and Iran stunned the world when they announced that they were restoring diplomatic relations. A deal brokered by none other than China. India are making...
So as you can see, the Chinese, they tend to... Okay, someone says, I rode gold from 1950 to 2010. Now in NZD USD shorts. Your thoughts on NZD? We've done NZD USD. We've done NZD USD. We said NZD is a short, but I showed an example of a gamble that you can take on NZD USD for a buy. It's a gamble. I'm not saying you should take it. It's something you can risk. You just need to rewind the video and you can figure out about NZD USD. Yeah, so let's get back into this TikTok video. Yeah, so China actually does capitalism, right? But they claim to be a communist regime, right? But most of how they make their money is through capitalist systems, okay? And they know that at the end of the day, everybody wants to make money. So it's easy for them to broker deals, and this is why they are beating the US in brokering deals. They are, for example, Israel and Palestine, they have issues, right? But if you give both of them the opportunity to make money, there will be peace. I guarantee and I promise you there will be peace. Because everybody wants to make money. They will forget about their differences. And that is where China is heading towards. They know everybody wants to progress. They know everybody wants to become a first world country. They know everybody wants their country to look the best. Everybody wants their country to look like Dubai. Why not? But if you keep on opening the water, shutting the water, they are never going to develop. And the US is afraid of everybody being on the same level playing field. China does not care if everyone is on the same level playing field as them. In fact, they will prefer if everybody is on the same level playing field. Every country is rich, every country is developed, so that there won't be just one person bullying everyone, right? So this is why they were able to easily broker deals with enemies, people that have been enemies for years. They were able to make them come to peace. And the only reason why they are coming to peace is because they are going to make money together. All of them are going to make money together. And they are not going to force their ideology on each other. They are not going to restrict each other. They are going to give everyone the chance to develop. Who doesn't want that? Why? Who doesn't want that? Someone says, I always wonder why most brokers won't let you trade the Russian dollar. Because it's sanctions. It's sanctions, right? They are trying to make sure look at North Korea. North Korea has been on sanctions for how many years? But is North Korea still not there? The only people who are suffering are the North Korean people. Sanctions don't really work. All they do is make the people living in the country suffer. That's just it. They don't really work. So they are creating an alternative, and you know, and they are doing it without firing one bullet. They are using their brains. So let's continue watching.
Efforts to move away from the dollar. And China is even trying to convince Saudi Arabia to sell oil in yuan instead of US dollar. Which if agreed...
And Saudi Arabia, I think they've already started selling oil in yuan. Which will reduce because do you know how many millions, billions they make a day? Millions of barrels. How much is the price of 1 barrel of oil? So if this amount of Chinese yuan is being used on a daily basis, that will increase the value of the Chinese yuan. And imagine the millions and billions of dollars that are not being used. Because nobody is buying them to be able to buy oil. Because you needed to buy dollars to be able to buy oil. Now, millions upon billions of dollars are not being bought. Day by day, the value of dollar will be reducing. I expect that's why I'm very, very bullish on gold. And I keep saying, let's go back to our charts. I keep saying, the only thing that can make this thing spike down is news. News, because too many people, once they saw gold spike up like this, a lot of people would be buying. And the market is not going to let you keep on making money going the same direction. They have to confuse you. They cannot let everybody win. So when news spikes, I would not be surprised if the market spikes all the way down and then later on continues to go long. Okay? But what I'm hoping for is that news does not spike the markets down and then we can just go with our simple trade and go to our profits in peace. But then again, this is NFP week. These are the things I consider when I'm taking my trade. I consider the technicals first, which is what I've done already, and then we look into the fundamentals, which is the news that we have for today and the non-farm payrolls news that we have this week. Okay, so I know my risk and I'm not just focusing on my reward. Okay, that is how you should be as a trader. But if you are not at the stage where you are making profits, you don't understand what is going on in the market, you don't know why you are losing, you don't know why you are winning, you can't get up to this stage where you can logically assess your trade with confidence and with peace and with a sound mind. I'm not doing this with confusion. I'm not doing this with hope. I'm not praying. I'm not begging the market to go my way. I have done my analysis and I wait for the outcome of the market. Plain and simple. I react to the market. I don't wait till the market reacts to me. That is how you should be when you are trading. Someone says, are you bullish on all metals or mainly gold? Mainly gold. Mainly gold. Silver is a different case. Other metals are a different case. Gold, look, most of the BRICS, they are going to back their currency by your resources, right? Because this used to be backed by gold before, right? Which is what Gaddafi wanted to do. He wanted Africa to have a single currency backed by resources, which is why they took him out. Obama took him out. Obama took him out during his regime, all right? Because they knew that this would destroy the dollar. Africa would probably be a first world country right now on the same level with Dubai, if that happened, right? But they knew that if we started backing our resources with dollars, with gold, oil, before you know it, we would beat the dollar. It would be the best currency in the world, the highest currency in the world. And the West would not allow that because they needed to keep on taking resources for free from Africa. Okay, so they had to take out Gaddafi. But now you have multiple world powers. You have China, you have Russia, you have India, you have Brazil. Brazil is the largest economy in the South of America, or I think even in America. No, just South America. Okay, so you have big countries, and you can't just go against all of them. One country cannot go against all of them. So this is inevitable. There is nothing they can do about it this time. These world leaders have learned the lesson from what happened to Gaddafi. These world leaders have learned the lesson of what happened to Russia once they invaded Ukraine with the sanctions. So they are all going to make this work. It is not stopping. It is not going to be stopped. All right? Why I'm very bullish on gold. But this is all fundamentals at the end of the day. All right? Let's continue watching the video. Boom, 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 boom.
It would be the biggest move yet. As a world reserve currency, the US dollar isn't going anywhere soon. But if more and more of the world's trade is settled in other alternatives, we might just be witnessing the beginning of the end for America's global influence. So the question is, do you think this would be a good or bad thing for the world? Yet another country has just announced that they're ditching the US dollar for trade.
So yeah, let's see.
Making money slide.
Let's go back here.
I don't care. I don't care that you're a Christian. I don't care what the Bible says. Like, I feel like it's a clown show, like sitting here trying to decipher what your little mythical book has to say about these very real political issues, right? I don't care if you're Christian. In fact, I will fight for you to have your religious liberty and practice your Christianity. I believe in that. I don't believe in Christianity, which means that you do not get to dictate the way I live my life.
Okay, this has nothing to do with...
Oh,
Finance.
There we
I'm
go.
looking for finance videos so we can comment on it.
Is there anything in there?
Can we just like, oh, well, it's on. Paper?
The key goes to.
I'm looking mainly for finance videos so that we can learn from it, okay? This is what you're meant to use TikTok to do. Learn, not just
all we want is gay marriage.
waste time and laugh.
Please let it happen. Please. It's gay. It's love is love. Love.
I was in the hallway when the gunman at my school.
I'm often struck by the
During 9/11, as an atheist,
you wanna put a ring on my finger?
See how many videos TikTok puts just to waste your time. We're looking for videos to learn from, and most of these videos are just time wasting videos. You don't need to learn. Let's see. So that's it.
Stand them. If he gives you all these God hates the lazy. You can't stand them. If he gives you all these genetic dispositions and these natural God-given gifts, if you have 2 arms and 2 legs and you can think, and you're not trying your absolute best, that's the reason you're not lucky. He doesn't like you. He likes the people which show him the beauty of his own creation. He likes to give somebody building blocks and them to build something amazing. God hates the lazy. He can't stand them. If he gives you all these genetic dispositions and these natural God-given gifts.
And that's true, guys. Don't be lazy. Always be testing. When I learned my system, I didn't sleep for days, right? I was awake for 4 days. I slept for only 4 hours during those 4 days. And that's how I was able to find my scalping system, because I was able to sit down, test, confirm. And I've been using that for years. Those simple 4 days sitting down on my PC, confirming, because when you are back testing, everything always looks good, everything always plays out, so you actually now take the live trade. Okay, so I didn't want to have a trade where I've done back test, I've done all the analysis, and then it doesn't play out. I wanted everything to be confirmed. That's why when you watch my video, you see, oh, I'm taking this trade so easily, but you don't know how many hours I spent, how many hours I spent, how many days I spent, how many months I spent confirming, making sure everything was right. But at the end of the day, I got the end results that I was looking for. Okay, so don't be lazy, guys.
That doesn't innovate stagnates.
Okay, so Donald.
Houston, we have a problem. The artificial intelligence is woke. People.
How to lose 200.
Last 3 years, the evil elites were talking about the.
You know, Joe.
Last 3 years.
What do you think about the Tates, guys? Do you like Andrew Tate? Someone says, bro, close your profits when gold up to 2055. I already closed profits. If you check my YouTube story, I closed my profits. I took withdrawals already. So I don't know what you're talking about. I closed majority of my profits. I just left the rest to run. How long have I been trading? I've been trading since 2012. Yeah, someone says, wow.
The evil elites were talking about the Great Reset. They were right. It's coming, but it will not work in their favor. The Great Reset begins the day I'm released from jail.
You know, Joe, I think...
Yeah, I'm gonna take my...
Pitbull.
See how they waste your time during live streams. Funny videos, funny videos, funny videos. But they are usually videos you can learn from.
Love is just a history that they make.
We have a mega superstar streamer signing on Kick within the next week. Who do you think it is? I'm not going to say names. Mega superstar. Mega superstar. To come dominate on this.
I think it's Andrew Tate.
Twitch is panicking. You're firing employees. You know, it's just insane, you little blue-haired shit. Listen to me, bro. Listen, they're crumbling, bro. And now watch. Watch what the happens, bro. Watch. Watch. Soon.
I'm looking for something. Why is it now? Okay, let's see.
Tous, bienvenue dans l'échiquier mondial.
Why are you showing me news in French? See how they waste people's times on TikTok. I'm looking for something educational, something we can learn from. Okay. No. Yeah. So let's learn something today, guys.
Gaddafi was set. Did you know?
I was just talking about Gaddafi during this stream. Someone says, is focusing on a few pairs a good idea? Yes, it's a good idea. When I started, I was focusing on Euro USD, USDJPY, and gold. Okay, but mainly Euro USD and USDJPY, because when you focus on one pair, look. First of all, you have to know how to trade. Okay. The number one requirement is you know how to trade, you know how to scalp, you know how to buy, you know how to sell, you know when and where to, you know everything about trading. Then focus on one pair, because every pair has a way it moves. I know exactly how USDJPY moves. I know exactly how gold moves. I know exactly how Euro USD moves. Okay, they have a way they move. It's just like you drive different cars. You know how a Ferrari drives, you know how a Honda drives, you know how a Lamborghini drives. They are all cars and they all drive, but they drive in different ways. So if you press the brake on a Ferrari, you know what it's going to sound like. If you press the brake on a Lamborghini, you know what it's going to sound like. They are going to have different actions. You press a brake on a Ferrari, it's going to stop, yes, but it's going to make noise. You press the brake on a Lamborghini, it's going to stop, yes, but it's not really going to make any noise. Okay? At the end of the day, they both stopped. So when you are trading Euro USD, you know how it works. Nothing will surprise you. Focus on it, master it, become the best at it. Then it won't surprise you. Okay, USDJPY, know how it moves, know how it works, then it won't surprise you. Once you've mastered one pair or two pairs, then you can explore others. Plain and simple. For example, I know GBP pairs. GBP pairs, you might get it right, you might get the direction right, you might get the trade right, but they tend to spike. GBP pairs tend to spike a lot. GBP USD, GBP JPY, they tend to spike a lot. That's why I don't really trade them. Not all the time, but they spike more than other pairs. So I know how they move. That's just an example of how GBP pairs move. Okay? How many will you recommend? I would recommend 1 or 2 maximum. As a beginner, 1 or 2. Someone said, do you trade on counter trend? Yeah, as a gamble. But I'm not just doing some an example of a counter trend trade I did. I gave an analysis right now in this stream of a counter trade. If you rewind, you look at my NZD USD. That's an example of a counter trade. That's an example. But like I said, it was just a gamble at the end of the day. High risk gamble. I wouldn't say, oh, take it and use it as your main trading system. If you want to gamble, you want to risk a little amount, then you take that trade. It's never, I can never ever make counter trend trading as my main trading strategy. That's just dumb. You are trying to outsmart the market. You don't beat the market. The market wins majority of the time. Anyone telling you, you know, you can't outsmart the market. So where were we? Yeah, let's watch more educational videos. And these are the kind of videos that can help you with trading, help you understand the psychological aspect of the countries and fundamentals. Okay.
Oh, that Muammar Gaddafi was setting up an African development bank.
This is what I was telling you guys about when I was talking about BRICS and I was talking about the US dollar.
With $70 billion in the African Development Bank from Libyan oil money. That we would not have to borrow money from the IMF and the World Bank at these exorbitant rates. Zero interest under Islamic non-usury teachings. I just left St. Kitts, and in the island of St. Kitts, he was going to set up a Caribbean Development Bank. He told the Prime Minister there, and he was going to put $1 billion in that bank for Caribbean development. Why do you think they killed him? You think they...
So it wasn't only trying to develop. You see, when you get, see, that's the thing. They don't give us 0% interest loans because they are trying to make sure that you get these loans. They have interest on it and they want you to default on this loan so that they can collect more interest. Your failure is their gain. They are not giving you loans to help you. They are giving you loans to make sure you fail. And it wasn't only trying to develop Africa, it was also trying to develop other areas in the world. Because everywhere in the world should be looking like Dubai. Everywhere. There is no reason why everywhere in the world should not be looking like Dubai. Okay?
They killed him because he killed his people? Hell no. They killed him because, listen to me real good. You touched my nerve with that question. Did you know that in Libya, nobody is homeless? Listen, everybody in Libya has either a home or an apartment. They call it a flat. Did you know education in Libya is free from kindergarten?
Yeah, so they were giving them houses the moment you graduate. You know, they were giving them money. They were just doing a lot of things, encouraging the normal family home. Okay, which I don't know why the USA is trying to remove that now. So a lot of development, not just for Africa, but the world. Everyone would have been, you know, people keep on saying tax the rich, but that's not how it's going to work. If you tax the rich, the money is still going to government. It's not coming to you. So that's not how it's going to work. These were the kind of things that were needed and would have worked and would have turned the whole world, or at least the greater part of the world, to somewhere like Dubai.
Garden through college. And did you know that if a Libyan wanted to come to America to be educated, the government in Libya paid for their education. Did you know that? I was there when he opened a $500 million hospital with 18 theaters for operation. I was there, and we went when he was making their own medicines. See, this was a man that gave free medical attention to all the...
Free. Do you know that when they were selling their oil, every citizen got a percentage of the sales of the oil? When was the last time your country gave you a percentage of the resources they made, or a percentage of the money they made? When was the last time any country you know gave the people a percentage of what they made? Even if America taxes the rich, they tax billionaires more, they tax everybody more, the money is still going back to government. The people are not really going to smell it.
Citizens of Libya, and if Libya did not offer that kind of medical attention, they could fly anywhere in the world and get it, and the Libyan government would pay for it. Did you know that? No, you didn't. Did you know that from the oil money, every Libyan citizen got a stipend every year? And did you know that that man had no debt? Everything.
No debt. And was ready to give the world money.
In his country was paid for. See? Now when you got a man that did that for an African nation and was trying to do that for all Africa, how do you think Europe felt about that? Did
Let's look at another video, guys. Let's see.
He was killed. Muammar Gaddafi's prophecies. I will not go into exile to any foreign country. I was born here in Libya, and I will die here. This country was a desert, and I turned it into a forest, where everything can grow.
Let's move on to... I don't know why they are showing me Gaddafi.
Daddy, you're not talking.
Fuck Obama. After the youth in Baltimore rose up to protest the murder of Freddie Gray, Obama called them thugs. But
let's move on. I'm focusing on finance videos. What is this?
Dreigend.
Have Chinese phones. Not that many, okay. You're afraid that they will be snooping on you, I suppose. So the US then starts to say they're going to interfere with your privacy. Remember that discourse? Can't allow Huawei to build 5G. Must get them out of the UK. British intelligence is very worried about this. Meanwhile, US intelligence...
You see, this is one of the reasons, videos like this is one of the reasons why they are trying to ban TikTok in the US. Not that they are spying on you, just that they are giving you too much information about their secrets and what they are really always doing to their own people.
Intelligence is snooping through. We know from the NSA and the Edward Snowden that they're snooping on all our phones. We know that they even snooped on Chancellor Angela Merkel. It wasn't a Chinese, but yet we believe it. Why? Because we are racists. We believe it's okay to have some...
And TikTok is not even a Chinese, it's owned by someone from Singapore, and it's a Singaporean company.
US snooping, that's acceptable. We can tolerate 20% US snooping. But even 1% of Chinese snooping, that's horrible. Because how dare the Chinese, they're authoritarian. All these racist tropes of the yellow peril, face it, guys, it's a lot of yellow perilism that's involved in this Chinese discourse. We just don't want to admit that the Chinese are actually people on the planet Earth who have a political project. We don't want to admit that. We're scared of the Chinese. What is this fear based on? It's not rational to me. The Chinese come to Europe and say, we're going to invest in things. Don't let them invest. Don't let them. But it's okay if the US comes in and invests, builds. What do they build? They build airfields from where they had extraordinary rendition, that great democratic program that the US had, where they democratically went and they democratically took people off the streets of Italy, democratically put them on a CIA plane, democratically brought them to Shannon, democratically refueled the plane, democratically took them to Guantanamo, and democratically ruined their lives. That's somehow acceptable. But if the Chinese come and say, I want to open a shop, oh, well, that's colonialism. How many of you have Chinese phones? Not that many, okay. You're afraid that they will be snooping on you.
What do you guys think about that? Do you think the Chinese is spying on you?
China wants my data. Russia probably wants my data. But no one...
Ah. What the... Let me see. Educational videos. Why is it so hard to find educational videos? Everything is just entertainment. And I promise you, my account is not set up for entertainment. But that is what we are being fed.
Take a careful look at this. You've never seen anything like it. That's the President of the United States in his own house, shunned Nobody would talk to him. So Biden wandered off looking vacant as a crowd formed around a former president, Barack Obama, who was obviously deeply grateful for the attention. And then it got worse. It got much more poignant than that. Watch Biden try to horn in on the conversation swirling around Obama. Everyone involved in that conversation, including Kamala Harris, who supposedly works for Biden, ignored Biden completely. Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens, stories that are changing the world and changing your life. From Tucker Carlson tonight.
Date 1960. Targets.
Why do you think they were ignoring Biden? I mean, he's the current sitting president. And they were more focused on the previous president. That was very strange. Very, very strange. Anyways.
Fidel Castro, Prime Minister of Cuba. Location, Havana, Cuba. Objective, kill on sights. Origins of this order, straight from John F. Kennedy himself. Fidel Castro was supposed to be an easy target. He ruled an underdeveloped island, didn't have a military anywhere close to the likes of the US, and he was in public.
I heard this guy had so many attempts on him. So many.
A lot.
And they all failed.
A well-placed sniper, a bomb hidden from his security team, or even a drop of poison in his favorite wine. That is all it would take for an assassin to get the job done. It couldn't be simpler. So in 1960, the orders were given. A Cuban was paid $10,000 to shoot him on sights. It was supposed to be a straightforward job, except the guy never got the chance. Fidel Castro had gotten lucky. The next kill order was given soon after. See, during this time the American Mafia was at its height, and they had expanded their operations like crazy. One sector they expanded into were casinos in Cuba. Not only are casinos a cash cow, but they are the
Even Hitler had so many lucky chances where he escaped, you know.
perfect vehicle to launder money. The only problem was, after Castro took power, he seized the Mafia's casinos in Cuba, and the Mafia was furious. So not only did the Mafia and the CIA have a common enemy, but the Mafia had the manpower and expertise to pull off an assassination while allowing the CIA to keep their hands clean. So the CIA went to the American Mafia for help. And no, this is not a movie plot. This actually happened. The CIA actually wanted the Mafia to assassinate a world leader, so they went to Sam Giancana and Santo Trafficante, two of the FBI's 10 most wanted, and offered them $150,000 to get the job done. The mob went with the poisoning route, trying to pour cyanide into a chocolate milkshake Castro ordered at a restaurant. Unfortunately, the waiter who had to do it got the packet of poison stuck in the refrigerator door, ripped it, and then spilled it all over the floor. He panicked and abandoned the job. Castro survived.
So it was clumsy. That means most of the people there are just incompetent, you know, and they didn't consider that.
Yet again. After the Mafia, the CIA got desperate, and so did their assassination plots. In 1961, they tried poisoning his cigars. 2 billionths of a gram of botulinum toxin would be enough to kill him as soon as he put the cigar in his mouth. They even got as far as tasking someone to swap out his cigars for the poisoned ones. But again, Castro's security was too tight, and the plan failed. And this is where things got really weird. The ideas being thrown around were wild. Fidel Castro loved scuba diving and swimming, so they planned on filling his diving suits with tuberculosis bacteria that would make him sick and eventually kill him. They just couldn't figure out how to get Castro to wear the death suits, so they went back to the drawing board. They thought about filling the seashells near where Castro liked swimming with explosives, and for obvious reasons, that plan was abandoned. They designed a pen fitted with a hypodermic needle and poison vial. The pen was handed over to a friendly Cuban official who was supposed to inject Castro the next time he saw him. Instead, the guy got so worried he would accidentally stab himself that he threw the pen away and stopped answering the CIA's calls. This debauchery continued for 4 decades.
Wow. Wow.
According to Fidel Castro's Secret Service chief, the CIA and other groups made 634 attempts on Castro's life.
Wow.
Every single time he escaped. Was it luck? Or was the CIA just grossly incompetent? Based on how badly the US government wanted him dead, it's pretty safe to say that he was one of the most hated but luckiest men in the world. But why? What had he done to jump to the top of the CIA's hit list? This is the story of the world's luckiest dictator. When murdering Fidel Castro didn't work, the CIA turned to sabotage. One of their most famous plans was to sneak thallium salt into Castro's shoes, that way his skin would soak up the chemical, which would make him lose his beard. In their opinion, Castro's beard was iconic, so iconic that losing it would cause him endless embarrassment and bring an end to his reign.
Up to the point they wanted to cause embarrassment. Can you imagine? Very funny. We're seeing the world change in real time, guys.
Question. Well, it's an important question, I think. Are you worried that other leaders in the world are going to start to doubt that America is back if some of these big things that you say on the world stage keep getting walked back?
But what's getting walked back?
It made it sound like, just in the last couple days, it sounded like you told U.S. troops they were going to Ukraine.
And you're going to see when you're there, and some of you have been there, you're going to see women, young people stand in the middle of front of a damn tank.
Is there anyone here from the U.S.? If you're from the U.S. and you're here, I think it's night time. Or it's almost morning in the U.S. Anyway.
Just saying, I'm not leaving. I'm holding my ground. They're incredible.
It sounded like you said it was possible the U.S. would use a chemical weapon.
Clarify on chemical weapons. If chemical weapons were used in Ukraine, would that trigger a military response from NATO?
It would trigger a response in kind.
And it sounded like you were calling for regime change in Russia.
For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power. None of the three occurred.
None of the three occurred?
None of the three.
Lol. Wow. Wow. What do you guys think? Do you think the US is gonna lose its world power status before the end of 2024? What do you guys think?
One, a big story just before days before.
Helm, you're not going to have to. With Joe and Kamala at the helm, you're not going to have to think about the crazy things they said every day.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen.
Excuse me.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day.
I'll do what he's unable to do. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
Who doesn't love a yellow school bus, right? Can you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus, right? Just, there's something about and most of us, many of us went to school on the yellow school bus, right?
You got the vaccination? Yeah. Are you okay? I mean, you seem, no, it works. Or or the mom and dad, or the neighbor.
Remember Venn diagrams, those three circles, right? And then let's just see where they overlap.
Or when you go to church, or when you're, no, I really mean it. There are trusted interlocutors. Think of the people.
He sees the
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Venn diagram of it all. He sees that there are those circles, and maybe people seem that they're a little different. They live in different parts of the country. They may be different age or different race. But that area in the middle, that overlap.
If your kid wanted to find out whether or not there's a man on the moon or whatever, something.
What is going on in the US? Has this always been going on, and we're just finally realizing because of social media, or because this is really looking ridiculous?
Something.
I asked my team to do a Venn diagram of where these attacks are happening. So voting rights, women's reproductive rights, LGBTQ rights. And of course, there was a huge intersection.
Or, you know, whether those aliens are here or not.
I asked my team to do a Venn diagram for me of
Venn diagram, Venn diagram, Venn diagram, every time.
where we are seeing attacks and who are the attacks against and the similarity.
Exponentially. 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 Exponential. Exponentially.
We are expanding access to transportation. Seems like maybe it's a small issue, it's a big issue. You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go to do the work and get home.
No matter what their cost, 2, 10, 12, 15, oops, stepping on it's black. Anyway.
I think everyone here recognizes how extraordinary space is. Whether it is satellites that orbit the Earth, humans that land on the moon, or telescopes that peer into the furthest reaches of the universe. Space is exciting.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Governor and I, and we were all
Wow.
doing a
You know the thing. Wow. Did he not want to say it, or did he just forget? What do you guys think?
tour of the library here, and talking about the significance of the passage of time.
You know, I want to be talking about other different things on my stream too. Do you want me to be talking about videos like this, or do you want me to be talking about dating?
Right, the significance of the passage of
or
time.
Or gaming.
So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time in terms of what we need to do to lay these wires, what we need to do to create these jobs. And there is such great significance to the passage of time when we think about a day in the life of our children.
Exponentially. 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 Exponential. Exponentially. 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 I mean exponentially.
With Joe and Kamala at the helm.
Really interesting.
A 19-second video of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has gotten millions of views on Twitter. The viral video shows Zelensky speaking at a press conference on the anniversary of Russia's invasion. And it sure sounds from this short clip like he made a dramatic declaration that Americans have to fight in Ukraine.
The U.S. will have to send their sons and daughters.
Americans, are you gonna send your sons and daughters? Let me know.
Exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war, and they will have to fight because it's NATO that we're talking about, and they will be dying. God forbid, because it's a horrible thing.
Critics of American financial and military support for Ukraine have reacted furiously to this clip and shared it on social media. They include Republican Senator Mike Lee of Utah and Monica Crowley, a former Trump administration Treasury Department spokesperson. Crowley wrote, "Zelensky now directly threatening us and claiming American sons and daughters will have to fight and die for Ukraine." However, Zelensky did not actually make that claim. This 19-second video takes him way out of context. The full clip shows that he wasn't talking about Americans fighting in Ukraine at all. Here is what really happened. Zelensky was asked about what he'd say to Americans who think the U.S. is providing too much support for Ukraine. He first thanked the American people, President Biden and Congress, for their support. He urged Americans to see Ukrainians as similar to themselves. He urged the U.S. not to give up its leadership position in the world. And then he said this.
The U.S. is never going to give up on the NATO member states. If it happens so that Ukraine, due to various opinions and weakening and depleting of assistance, loses, Russia is going to enter Baltic states, NATO member states, and then the US will have to send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war, and they will have to fight. Because it's NATO that we're talking about, and they will be dying, God forbid, because it's a horrible thing.
Je ne veux plus voir cet objet stupide.
Barack Obama was officially sworn in as the 44th President of the United States. To report on the historic ceremony and celebrations, 22 Minutes correspondent Nathan Fielder is live in Washington, D.C. Nathan.
Hello.
So tell us what's going on there. It must be pretty exciting.
Another comedy show. TikTok is just full of comedy.
Knowing that the entire thing is starting to unravel. But we got a reaction from him late last night.
Any reaction to how few people memo about your family dealings?
Family dealings.
Hunter Biden's business associate sent over $1 million to 3 of your family members. Any reaction to that report?
That's not true.
Well, that was just hours ago. And here's the problem, Joe. Your son's own attorney admits that this is true. Here's a statement. Hunter Biden, a private citizen with every right to pursue his own business endeavors, joined several business partners in seeking a joint venture with a privately owned, legitimate energy company in China. Hunter received his portion of good faith seed funds.
Take a moment and check in on the leader of the free world, President Joe Biden, who this week was given a clean bill of health from his physician, who declared Joe is healthy and vigorous and is fit to successfully execute the duties of the presidency.
Bridge over the Holly River. Look, in Warsaw, or excuse me, Washoe County in Nevada. We're spending $89 billion to add several lanes.
Brilliant. And Biden was this week in no mood to answer questions about his weird response to random balloons being shut down. And then he got very angry when journalists asked questions about his family's dodgy business dealings with China.
China. No one can say China. 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 I don't even know how to say it.
There's been criticism that you're still trying to compromise by your family's business relationship. Sir, Mr. President, there is
Give me a break, man.
Did you overreact?
Give me a break, man. But back to that routine physical he completed this week, where an extremely detailed neurologic exam found no sign of cognitive decline. None at all.
You know, our natural wonders inspire, and the reflection inspires our to take action. You know, America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping, traveling with him. I actually traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know that for a fact. A solid meeting with they make a very good point. Here's the deal. Here's what drives the driver in the states that are affected. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
You know the thing. Joe Biden has been cognitively sound for years. I mean, only a perfectly sane man in peak physical and mental condition would recount a story like this.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. In those days, you used to remember the straight razor, you'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
What?
And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
What?
Sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, no man has ever been better equipped to lead the United States, and indeed all of the free world.
What? I'm tired of this. What do you call him? Joe Biden videos. Let's just focus on our trade for now. we will see what happens when news comes. I get what you're saying. But that's the thing. That's just your own bias. When news comes, it can do whatever it wants. If too many people are buying, it will spike down first before it goes up. Okay? It cannot let everyone win the trade. You have to think like the market. What would the market do? If you were the market, what would you do? Obviously, you wouldn't just want to continue to go long. You know, if people were already buying, that's more profit for them, right? So okay. So yeah, you never know where the market is going with news. You just have to do your own thing and wait. That's it. All this overthinking, all this worrying is because you are probably a trader who uses a stop loss. I don't use a stop loss, I hedge. Okay, so whatever happens, either I make profit or I hit break even. You know, once you remove that fear of losing, it's much more easier and calmer to trade. That's why I always encourage people to hedge. Hello FX Yagor. Good morning. You said I should check GJ. We already did GJ analysis. So all you have to do is probably rewind back to the beginning when we started doing analysis. We did GJ analysis already. So just rewind. Did you hear? Okay. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you click the notification bells. Okay. Make sure the notification bells are all turned to on. And you can share this video too. Someone says, hi Solomon, if it's not on the list and you have time, can you look at CAD JPY? Alright, let's look at CAD JPY. Let's look at GBPJPY first. Remember what I said, GBPJPY, we have to wait till it breaks here. Let's look at USD. We're trying to get lucky. Didn't work out. Where are we? CAD JPY. Okay. CAD JPY. Just 1 minute. I have to add it to my software. So my software does the analysis. 1 minute. Where is it? CAD JPY. Because I don't really trade CAD JPY. Alright, CAD JPY is bearish. Excuse me. Let me just spruce up the screen a bit. Make it look more clear. CAD GPY is bearish. I don't really have any signal on it. It's bearish, and I expect it to go all the way down to 97. However, if it breaks this high, I expect it to go long. Plain and simple. Alright guys, I'll be off for a minute, about maybe 10 minutes. No, actually 15 to 20 minutes, and I'll be right back. If you still have any other pairs, just put that in the comment section. Someone says I still haven't done a ED card. When I'm back, I'll do a ED card.